This man was just about to have a meal when a major event occurred outside. He hurried out to see and found pedestrians all looking up at the sky. Ray followed their gaze and saw a massive dark cloud in the distance, pressing down like an abyss on the horizon. Curious, Ray rushed to the backyard for a clearer view. But the closer he got to the eye of the storm, the more violent the gale became. What was even more bizarre was that the wind was actually blowing toward the eye of the storm. The faint light emanating from the dark clouds suggested this was no simple matter. Sure enough, a second later the wind stopped abruptly. The surrounding noise vanished instantly, and the world felt like it had been put on mute.
Okay.
Just then, as Ray finished speaking, the lightning became even more fierce. At first, he nonchalantly comforted his daughter, saying it was nothing. But once the lightning struck right in front of him, Ray hurried back into the house with his daughter. At this point, they did not yet realize the severity of the
because
problem.
lightning doesn't strike twice in the same place.
Ray hurriedly hid under a table with his daughter. While outside the window, lightning was frantically and repeatedly striking the exact same spot. After a long time, the lightning gradually subsided. When Ray went downstairs, he discovered that all appliances and electronic devices in the house were dead. The streets had already fallen into total chaos. Panicked cars were parked randomly on the roadside as fear spread among the citizens. Ray found his son Robbie, who had rushed back home, in the crowd. From Robbie, he learned that lightning had struck the same spot near the church on Lincoln Avenue 26 times in a row. A deep pit had been blasted into the ground. Ray told Robbie to go home and look after his sister while he went to Lincoln Avenue to see what was happening. Lincoln Avenue was already overcrowded. Ray squeezed through the crowd and found the pit still emitting rolling steam. The scattered rocks around it had been crystallized by the terrifying high temperature. Suddenly, someone noticed the pit was vibrating. Before anyone could react, the ground began to crack rapidly outward from the center of the pit. 2 police officers tried to evacuate the onlookers, but most people chose to stay and watch. Then the speed of the cracking suddenly accelerated. The church by the roadside was torn in half by the sheer pulling force of the fissure. The moment the church top crashed into the pit, the ground heaved like a breath and then collapsed. It was as if something was breaking through the earth. A car on the roadside had just slid into the pit when it was launched out by a mysterious force in the next second. Then the crowd saw a giant monster slowly rising from the pit. Ray finally saw clearly that it was a massive metallic beast. Someone tried to photograph the scene but died under the monster's laser in the next second. This laser seemed to have a strange annihilation effect. Anyone touched by it was directly decomposed into powder.